Hi guys, welcome back to another diary entry of mine. Today is the 27th of March 2026. I really cannot believe that I am making this video right now. Something very unexpected and very suddenly came into my life. It's something that I wished for so many years. When I was a teenager, I really longed for it. I didn't really know if this would ever come into my life, but somehow I always believed that it's somewhere out there waiting for me. I just have to be patient and wait for the right time. And I certainly did not think it would happen now. Okay, I'm gonna go into as much as I can. I don't really have a structure for this video. I don't really know what I'm gonna be talking about exactly, but I am very excited to announce that I don't know, can't really say boyfriend yet because it's not fully official, but I am getting to know someone and we both really like each other and it's going really well. He is literally everything I imagined as a teenager, everything I wished for. And of course, I'm not blind. I know that no one is ever perfect, so there is sides of him as well that I probably won't like, and he won't like sides of me, and there's always some little difficulties, but overall, this really is what I was wishing for and looking for really my whole life. Like, if I could have picked a partner and he had to have these certain characteristics, you know, it would be him. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I don't know where to start. It's actually crazy, but every day almost I am like surprised again at like how much he suits the picture of, you know, the person I always wanted to be with. And every day he says something anew where I'm like, oh my god, that's what I really hoped my partner would say to me in the future, because I had a lot of fears. Like, I had OCD, which was related to anything to do with sex, sexuality, relationships. Therefore, I never was in a relationship in my life, like never a serious one. When I was a kid, obviously you have these childhood relationships, but nothing serious ever. So this is like my first really like getting to know someone phase, and like my first everything, like speaking with someone who really likes me for me. And I don't know, like, because of my OCD and my fear surrounding all of that and this whole topic, I always wished, you know, my partner would be understanding and would be patient, and that, you know, sex and all of that wouldn't be a priority, and that they would just really understand me and that I wouldn't feel pressurized and I would have as much time as I'd need before, you know, feeling comfortable with the other person. So that was like a really big thing for me that was super important in my relationship in the future. His answers to all of that is just exactly what I always wished for. He is so patient and understanding. I really like can't believe it. Like, honestly, at the beginning when we started talking, for a while I was like, is he like an AI generated person? Like, that's why I didn't fully allow his words to sink into my brain, because I was like, maybe that's just AI, you know, maybe he's not real, like maybe he doesn't actually mean what he's saying, because the way that we met is on Tinder, so it can seem a bit questionable for some people. And honestly, I never supported dating apps because I just thought like they don't work and there's just going to be people who like want sex, and even though those people are probably on there as well, but there's also nice people on there. And I then created an account a couple months ago because one of my friends met someone on Tinder, and you know, they're together, and a family member also met someone on Tinder and they are, you know, about to get married. And I've heard other stories as well of people actually meeting on dating apps. So I was like, I never really go out, I never really meet anyone, and also I don't really like want to go out there just to like meet someone and look for someone. I don't know, so I was just like, you know, why not try out a dating app? Why not just make an account? If I don't like it, I can always delete it. Like if it gets too weird, I can delete it. So I just tried it out, and then like I matched with a few people, but like it didn't really feel like my thing, because I don't know, I had to like judge all these people, and then I didn't like know them. It was just based on their looks, and like I don't know, it was like a bit strange. That's why I didn't go on it very often. And there was only ever one guy who asked to like meet up with me, but I felt like that was all he wanted, so I didn't do that. And then I went over to Spain a couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, now I can like try and match with some Spanish people as well and just see what happens. Because I really felt like I'm not going to end up dating an Irish guy. Like I never really thought that. Like I don't know, I don't really match that well, I think, with Irish guys. Yeah, I matched with a couple of people in Spain, and I had a very fun evening with my best friend, who just like liked so many people for me. But the thing is, the person that then started texting me and who I started texting back, because it was a bit different, he was the first one who like said, "You have such a pretty name." And that's something, you know, no one ever said. Most people just said hi, or they said, "Hi, how are you?" And that's normal, like I would say that as well. But he was a bit different, and he seemed very, I don't know, he just seemed so relaxed. He didn't seem like he needed something of me. He was just kind of like genuinely interested in getting to know me. I don't know, what he said was a bit different. So then I texted him back, and he was the one I matched with, not my friend who just decided to like whoever he wanted. But I matched with him, and for a couple of days I like didn't text back because I was like focused on just enjoying my holiday in Spain and blah blah blah. Like there was just other things going on. But then when I came back to Ireland, I texted him back properly, and then somehow that conversation just never ended, and we're still talking. It's like insane. So it's been almost 3 weeks since I'm back, and yes, this seems really early, and it could be very early, but we have been texting like at least 2 hours every single day, and our conversations are so long that we need to take turns. So it's always him texting and like replying to my previous messages, and that takes like 2 hours or something. And then once he's done, it's my turn, and it takes me like 2 hours to reply to all of his messages. So it's really like a very long conversation, and you could name any topic and I guarantee we've spoken about it. Like we have spoken about so much, like childhood, school, subjects, traumas, relationships, family members, our dreams, our work, like what our plans are for the future, friends, like where we're from, where we've lived, like I don't know, they're literally anything. And obviously then the not so important stuff like movies, music, you know, those sort of things as well. What's so interesting is that he really spoke about all those things that I always speak about, and I've never really met someone who speaks like I do, or like who speaks about things that I like to speak about. For example, the universe, like spirituality, and like really thinking deeper, and like life after death, and I don't know, like these sort of things as well, and just really deep thoughts and emotions. And like he's someone who's very in line and aware of emotions as well, and that's something I always looked for in a partner, because a lot of people can not be at all connected with their emotions really, or with their thoughts, and like how all of that works and plays together. And these conversations that we had were like I couldn't believe it because I never had these sort of conversations with anyone, and he was like, we really think in the same way about a lot of things. Like, for example, alcohol was another subject, or partying was something that we really saw the same way. And I was like, oh my God, that's also something I always looked for in a partner. Like, it was really insane. There's so much I could just say. I'm kind of forgetting half the stuff. But yeah, I don't know, at the beginning it was just really like, what? Like, is he real? Is this AI? Like, I mean, I still don't fully know. Like, I still don't fully trust that he's real, because I just can't believe someone like that is actually real. But like, we've sent videos and pictures to each other as well, and certain things he said just made me notice, yeah, that's not AI. Like, that has to be him and his personality and stuff. And also, oh my god, he is coming to visit me in a couple of weeks. Oh my god, if you would have told me this a couple months ago, I would not have believed you. And I would have judged myself very harshly. I would have been like, what, you know this guy for 2.5 weeks and he already booked flights to come and see you. But it really, we know each other already. Like, we really do. And I am not someone who usually opens up so fast, and I don't usually feel like people really know me, but he knows so much about me already, more than a lot of people out there. Well, more than almost all people out there. Even my two best friends in Spain, it took like now 2 years until I can really say, like, yeah, I'm really myself around them and they really know me now. And with him, it just happened so fast because our minds and our conversation were just so linked. Like, I don't know, it just really feels like I know him. Obviously, I still don't fully know him. I've never met him in person. You know, there's obviously things I don't know about him, and there's always going to be certain things I don't know about him. I don't think you can ever fully know someone else. Yeah, anyway, this, if you would have told me this a couple months ago, I would have been like, okay, that's going a bit fast, right? Like, maybe slow down a bit, maybe try and get to know him a bit more first. And I would have not believed you anyway, because just 2.5 weeks ago, I still felt like, wow, I might, you know, be single for another couple of years, and like, my plans of like having kids, for example, as well, and like having a partner are all gonna be maybe in my late 20s. I'm 20 years old now. I really felt like, yeah, this thing with finding a partner, it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna be alone, and honestly, that's okay, because I want to really learn how to become my own number one supporter and love. I don't want to need anyone else to love me in order to feel happy. So I was like, I in Spain decided I'm gonna learn to be my own, what I need. Like, I'm gonna be what I need for myself. And I still believe that. I still agree with that. I still always want to be my own number one supporter, and you know, I don't want to need to rely on someone else to make me feel good and make me feel happy. I still believe in that, and I'm still working towards that. Yeah, but it's so crazy that 2.5 weeks ago I still thought, like, there's no one there right now. Like, it's gonna take me a few years before I meet someone. From one day to the next, that changed. Like, this is insane. Insane. And certain things he says to me, like, you know, I want to be there for you whenever you feel down. Like, if you fall as low as you did once in your life, then I'm there. Like, I want to be your comfort. I want to be there for you. And like, even if we just end up as friends, then that's enough as well, because we both feel like we're a special person to each other, so we don't want to lose each other. That means if we don't end up dating, then this friendship would be enough, and this friendship would be super special. We just want to have each other in our lives. Those things, I don't know, like what he said is just what I really longed for when I was depressed and I felt so alone, and I really wished for a partner or for friends. And when I was really, really low and feeling extremely alone, I always imagined a partner. Like, I imagined what it would be like to be comforted by them, to hug them, to really be vulnerable with them, and to speak about things with them. And even if they don't understand it, that they're still just there for me. Like, I always really imagined that and longed for it so much that it really ached, like it really hurt. That's how much I longed for someone, because that's how alone I felt. The only way for me to get some comfort back then was to imagine it, because I couldn't get it anywhere outside of myself. And at that time, obviously, I hadn't learned and realized that I need to be my own comfort. I need to be my own number one, because if I know that I always have myself, then I'll always have myself, because I am myself. So if you learn to always be there for yourself, you'll never lose that, because you are yourself. So you'll always have yourself to comfort you and to love you and all of that. But it's just really crazy to see more and more how much like he suits like my wishes, my longings, my what I imagined, you know. And I never settled for anything less, and I never planned on settling for anything less, because I knew that person is out there somewhere, that person that I really wished for. I just knew I had to be patient. So it really feels like I manifested him, and it's actually crazy that I believed so strongly that the right person is out there for me, the person that I'm looking for. You know, it's actually crazy. I really and truly believed in it. That just brings me on to, you know, a lot of thoughts I had about my best friend from Spain who I was in love with, but he didn't feel the same. I, you know, felt this is everything I ever wished for, this is everything I wanted. But now that I have some distance and I met someone else, I really see like him and I didn't really fit together that well. I think I fell in love with him so much because he was the first person who really came into my life after my depression, where I really felt like I love this person, like they're so special. I want to be close to them. I want to have them in my life. I for the first time felt like, wow, I'm really who I want to be around someone else. Like I really get to be myself, and I'm being accepted, and I'm being emotionally supported by him as well. And all those things I didn't have, you know, for so many years and really wished for, he kind of like gave to me. But at the same time, that could also just be given to me as a friendship. Like we don't have to date in order for me to feel that way. But obviously I fell in love with him because I was like, wow, I finally found someone, you know, after going through hell. So it makes sense. And that's, I think, the reason why it's taking me a while to kind of fall in love with this new person and to let go of my best friend who I was in love with, even though I've already let go of him to a big extent. But somehow I still always believed at some point we're gonna date. Like I don't know, I just thought like that's gonna happen because I just felt like we fit really well together, you know. So that's kind of just the transition phase I'm currently in, trying to let that go and realize it's completely understandable why I fell in love with him. That doesn't mean that we will date and that we have to date, and maybe the friendship is enough, but I'm giving myself time to just let that go, because it was pretty recently still, you know, where I wanted to date him and stuff. So yeah, but still, like, if I look at both of them, both of these people in my life, the new one, okay, I need to find a name for him. Pablo, the new Pablo, he suits me way better. Way better. Like, I love my friend and I will always love him. He is absolutely always going to be my first love, my first, you know, the first person I felt like, oh, this is everything. But if I really look at both, Pablo suits me way better. And if I would have met Pablo first, he really would have fulfilled my whole life. Even though that doesn't work. No one else can fulfill your whole life. But it would have felt like, this is literally everything I have ever wanted. Like, I would have immediately fallen in love with him. I would have immediately felt like I've got everything I ever wished for in this one person. And again, not to be disappointed, because no one can ever fulfill everything you ever wanted. You have to do that yourself. But, you know, it's just really crazy. And I think it's just taking me a while to fall in love with him deeper, because first of all, it takes me a while to really trust someone else when it comes to my feelings and letting my feelings flow. And second of all, there's various fears always in me as well that kind of just make me want to take it a bit slow and not let, you know, those feelings overrun all my other thoughts and everything else. Like, I just want to take it slow. And this sounds like I'm not taking it slow at all, but I mean, with my feelings, I'm trying to just take it slow, take it day by day. And also I'm, you know, still learning to let go of my best friend and yeah, just all of that. But the thing is, I can be so open with Pablo about that. I've said all of this to him, and that's something I really, really cherish. We are very, very open with each other when we're afraid or, you know, whatever is going on. And so many things we've told each other would have made other people run away and be like, nah, nah, like, that's too much effort to put in. Something small, for example, is that he can understand English and can speak a bit of it, but he does use a translator, for example, for a lot of our messages just to understand it better. But that's something we both know can obviously be learned. Like, he can learn English, and whenever I send him a voicemail or a video, he understood it. So he is good at English, better than he thinks. But that, for example, would be something where other people would be like, nah, that's way too much work, like, I'm not gonna do that and stuff. But, you know, those sort of things, we've just still stayed together and liked each other and still put the effort in. And when I said, like, I was in love with my best friend, some other people would have gotten extremely jealous and been either controlling, or would have then run away and be like, nah, she's still in love with her best friend, like, nah, that's too much work, I'm not gonna be patient and wait until she falls in love with me. So, you know, there's these things that would have made other people just run away. And I think if he really only would want, like, sex from me, for example, then he would be gone by now, because he knows he has to be patient with me and everything we've talked about. If he would really just want that, he would be gone by now. It's actually, it's crazy. Oh my god, it's crazy. My best friend was the first one to find out, because he made the Tinder profile with me. He knew that me and Pablo matched. I told him first when Pablo and I started speaking and stuff, and he was obviously very supportive. And then I told my sister Alana, she was the next one. And she was very interested. She was like, what's going on? Show me. I wanted to tell my mom, but I think she didn't take it seriously, because I was like, I met someone, and then she just, like, spoke about something and laughed a bit, and that was it. Like, she really didn't think I meant either. I think she thought I was joking. But then when Pablo kept texting me and like messages popped up, my sister Alana was like, "Oh, it's Pablo." And so then my mom kind of realized, "You did meet someone, tell me." So that was nice as well. Then my sister Amy was the next to find out, but she didn't have a big reaction at all. It seemed like she didn't care whatsoever. Maybe she thought, oh, it's just a little fling thing kind of on Tinder. She might have not taken it seriously. But then after a few days, the more Pablo and I talked and the more she realized, oh, this is kind of serious, she then did ask a few questions. And then telling my dad was quite nerve-wracking. I was quite nervous because I know he can be very judgmental, and honestly I didn't want to hear that at first, so I waited a few days, which to a lot of people probably doesn't sound long, but me and my family are very open, so usually we tell each other these things immediately. But I did wait a few days because I just wanted to enjoy it for myself and just figure out for myself if this is something I want to keep doing, and like really if I want to keep getting to know someone. But I told my dad because, you know, Pablo wanted to book some flights to come over here, so I was like, yeah, I need to tell my parents, like they need to know, of course. Yeah, and honestly I was nervous telling him, but his reaction was so much more like chill and supportive than I expected. He had his little questions and concerns, obviously, like a father may have. At least I know he has those. But honestly, he didn't judge the situation and the fact that I even met him on Tinder. Like, he really didn't judge that. And he immediately started making jokes, and that just made me realize, oh, this is like a relaxed situation in our family. So it's nothing I need to like worry about. So that's, I don't know, that was really cool. I really liked his reaction, honestly, as well. When I started noticing, okay, it's getting a bit more serious between Pablo and I lost my appetite and I felt really sick whenever thinking about food. Like I thought I was gonna throw up any minute. And there was one night that was really bad, like because I hadn't eaten the best the day before, and then I had these like hunger stomach aches, like, you know, when you're hungry, that sort of stomach ache. It was really bad. And then obviously my mind was also kind of racing a bit, so that night I didn't sleep well and I was like quite nervous. And even though I might have worried a little bit, like, will I be able to eat again and when, and I don't really want to lose weight, like I'd rather gain a bit of weight than lose weight right now in my life. You know, there was these little worries, but at the same time, I was really trying to be kind and gentle to myself and be like, it's understanding that you're nervous. This is the first time anything like this is happening in your life, and you used to be scared shitless about this. Like, this used to be your biggest nightmare. Like, anything to do with sex, sexuality, relationships. You had intense OCD about that, so it's understandable why you feel nervous and it's making you feel sick. Like, it's understandable, and it will go away again. And for now, I'm just gonna eat little by little, and whenever I feel like I can eat a bit more, then I will. Like, just, I'm going to be aware of myself, and obviously if it's getting dangerous or if I'm getting unhealthy, then obviously I need to find a better solution. But at that point it wasn't that serious, and I was just like, you know, I'm going to take it slow and eat little by little and be understanding with myself. And I knew that I'm only feeling this way because of certain thoughts and fears in my head, because before that I was able to eat completely fine, and I knew if those fears would calm down and my thoughts would calm down, then I'd be able to eat again. I'd say for like maybe 5 days or something, I really didn't eat the best, and I was quite like nervous, like, I don't know if that's the right word. It wasn't like my usual anxiety, but there was obviously just a couple fears in my head. And what really helped though was to talk to Pablo openly about that. He again like said the most amazing possible thing he could have said. Like that made me feel so much calmer. Yeah, and I don't know, then when me and my sisters went to a Kesha concert in Dublin, I think that really helped because it just distracted my brain a little bit, so I ate a bit more, but then I don't know, since a few days now, my appetite is back to normal. There was one moment yesterday evening where I kind of felt a bit like I couldn't eat, but it's pretty much back to normal. I don't feel like throwing up whenever I look at food. So yeah, and that's just really because right now I feel very relaxed with the whole situation. Like I said, sometimes then there is a certain fear that comes into my head and I therefore might feel a bit more nervous. But overall I feel quite relaxed because he's really also allowing me to have that space. Like he's really just allowing me to have that space. Like there is no pressure, no certain way I have to be. And yeah, something that made me quite nervous was that he was already very sure of his emotions and he was very expressive about that. And that made me a bit nervous because I have always had a little bit of a fear of commitment in case I needed to get out but felt like I couldn't. So that was number one. Number two was I wasn't sure if I could give him what he really wanted. Like it felt like he, you know, really wanted this to work and he really liked me and, you know, really expressed that as well. But I just felt like, oh, okay, take a step back, 1 second, give me some time to breathe and just process all of this, going a bit fast. So that honestly made me quite nervous because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Like, I don't know if I am really in love with him yet or if I really want to date him yet. Like, I'm not ready yet. And we're still not dating because I spoke to him about that. And I was open about that. And he again was super understanding. And he is just that kind of person who is very expressive about his feelings and his thoughts. And he's very forward about that. And at the beginning, he was more extreme. And maybe it just seems like that because at the beginning, I didn't feel those strong emotions yet. Whereas now I'm slowly beginning to feel sort of the same as him, even though I know he is feeling more than I am right now, which is actually insane because I always thought I would be the one obsessed with my partner and I would love them so much, but like he is giving that to me and my heart feels so full. Like I don't know what I did to like make him appreciate me so much and give me so much love and like treat me so well even though he doesn't even know me, you know, like we've just met but somehow he's really treating me so well and like giving me so much love, which is like what I always wished for. But yeah, that just made me feel like, oh, this is going a bit too fast. Like, I'm not sure if I want this. Like, I really need some time to breathe. So it was like a bit just much. But when I spoke to him about that, that really helped. Like, it really, really helped. And my mom gave me that advice to just be honest and tell him how I feel. And I've always done that anyway in my life. I've always been quite honest about my feelings and I've learned to do that even more like the past year and a half, just really to express my feelings and just to say how I feel, because the right people will accept you and love you nevertheless. But yeah, my mom said to me, you know, just tell him everything you just told me because I spoke to her about that. And yeah, that just really, really helped. And yeah, there was one night when we were texting, like one of the times we were texting at the same time. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We have this long conversation that, you know, we take turns replying to. And then we also have these little conversations during the day. So it's like, oh, it's so funny. I don't know what's going on. We've spoken so much. It's crazy. But what was I gonna say with that? Oh yeah, there was that one evening where we really jumped a couple days ahead, like, I feel like, because we had one conversation, I'm gonna say it, about, you know, sex and all of that, which just made both of us feel a lot more comfortable with each other, and we both laughed our heads off that evening. It was such a funny conversation, and I actually love that we both make each other laugh. Like, I love that. I've never really felt like I was a very funny person, but he keeps telling me that I keep making him laugh, and I'm like, what? What did I say to make you laugh? But it's really, really nice. I was always someone who knew I would want to speak openly about things to my partner that other people think are embarrassing, or maybe never speak to their partner about, which is, for example, sex. Or for example, sweating. Like, I don't know, like, some people are just so embarrassed about those things and don't want to speak to their partner about it. But I was always like, no, I'm gonna be open with my partner. I'm gonna tell him when I'm sweating, when I'm nervous, when I have clammy hands, when I have bad breath. And I am gonna tell him how I feel about sex and what I want and don't want. And I don't know, like, I'm not gonna shut my mouth about those things, because I feel like that makes you grow so much closer, that makes you know each other more, that makes you feel more comfortable with each other. And it just gives both of you some more clarity, and I felt like that would always make me and my partner closer, and so I always wanted that. That was something I was sure about that I would want with my partner, this openness. And him and I have been extremely open about all of that, so it's really, again, something I was really looking for in a partner. And that brought me on to the other thing about sweating and all of that. When I am nervous, which I often experience on a daily basis, but when there's even more anxiety in me, I sweat. That's just something I do. And it's not nice. No one likes it. It doesn't smell good. It's not a nice bodily sensation, but it has been something I have dealt with since I was 12 years old. It's just been part of my life since then. I've noticed that my decrease in anxiety has also decreased the sweating. So whenever I'm more anxious, I sweat more. So I know that if I one day really have like my anxiety under control, or better to say, if I really know how to calm my emotions down, then I won't have those sweat problems anymore. But anyway, that's something I just spoke to him about as well, and just said that, and that I often get clammy hands as well when I'm like nervous. And he is the first person in my life to make me feel fine about that. Like, no one else, like my best friends, my family, they don't make me feel gross about it. They don't say I'm a disgusting person. But he doesn't care about that. Like, he still accepts me, he still wants me the same. He still said, I'm still gonna hold your hand, and if that happened, like, if you're anxious, I'll hug you. Oh my god, he couldn't have said anything better. Like, I just really can't believe, like, his reactions sometimes, a lot of the time, because that is exactly what I always wished for. It just made me feel like I don't need to worry about sweating around him, for example. Like, I don't need to feel disgusted about myself. And I even said to him, like, you might change your mind once you're actually with me and, you know, I sweat, then you might think that's a bit gross. I don't know, we just kind of joked about that then as well, and he was like, if you ever say that you're gross, I will get angry at you. So, I don't know, I just really feel like he doesn't really care about that. He just loves me, for my being. And so if I sweat, then that doesn't matter. And like, it's true, it doesn't. If you love someone, then that doesn't matter. I don't know, it's really the first time I haven't felt insecure about sweating and clammy hands. And of course, if he'll be here and I start sweating and stinking, then I'll be like, oh, this isn't nice. Obviously, I don't like it myself. I don't want that to happen. I'll probably be a bit like insecure about it and will want to change my clothes and stuff. But at least I know like he still loves me. Yeah, so basically everything's just up to me at this point if I am ready for certain things and if I'm ready to date. He's just waiting on me and he's so patient. I really couldn't wish for anything better. Like, I just don't understand how he's so amazing. Like, really, I don't understand how he's such a patient, loving, caring, amazing person to me, who he has only met 2.5 weeks ago. And by the way, what are the chances that we met on Tinder, we started talking? Like, you can meet so many people that you can meet so many people and it's so easy to just swipe left. Like, with one fellow swoop, we wouldn't have met. Like, what is happening? And would I have ever believed anyone if they would have told me you're gonna meet someone on Tinder? Absolutely not. There's no way I would have believed you. And especially if you would have said someone who you've always been looking for. There's no way I would have believed that. And now it's really just up to waiting for that moment to happen where we both meet in person and to see how we feel together in person. And I think once that happens, a lot is just gonna progress. Like, I think once I really meet him in person, really feel like, yeah, this is it, this is what I want, then there's so many things that could happen. Like, I can imagine us starting really dating, then I can imagine being open to sex, you know, those things, and saying I love you to him. I haven't said I love you yet because I'm still not fully sure, and I feel like I want to say I love you when I really, really mean it. And I know that I love him in the sense, like, he is such an amazing person and I love the person that he is, like, really. But I want to be like, I love you, I want to be with you, like, you are my love. That's what I like want to mean when I say those words. And even though like the past 1 or 2 days I have been thinking in my head like I love you whenever we were texting, kind of, and that has been something new. So that was really nice. Yeah, I want to like really feel it, and that's something I'm a bit worried about. Like, what if I don't with him ever feel like I really, really love him and I really, really want him? Like, I know that he feels that way already, and I know that I can, and that's what I want. Like, I really want to know I love this person, I want to be with this person. Like, that's what I always like imagined myself feeling, that I really feel like they are the one for me. I think it's just like we literally just met and I'm literally still letting go of my best friend. It takes time to build those feelings, and over the past 2 weeks my feelings obviously have progressed and have grown. So there is definitely still time, and there's definitely the chance to build those feelings and be like, yes, you are everything I want. Yeah, obviously there's a bit of worry in my mind that's like, will I ever feel that with him? Will I ever really feel like I fully love him and I fully want him? I really hope so. I think if I could choose one person to feel all of that with, it would be him. But there's a part of me that's still like, I still need to learn to fully trust him, because I'm still like, is he an AI character? Is he really real? Is all of this really true? That's why like I'm still trying to hold back some of the feelings, because once I let them flow and then it turns out, for example, he's not actually really didn't mean what he said, I'll be heartbroken. So at the very beginning of starting to talk with him, I made the decision like, I'm gonna take this slow. I'm not gonna just let my feelings rush out. I'm gonna take this slow. So it's actually me, myself, who's holding back all those feelings that I think I could feel with him. But I don't know, because I'm kind of holding things back and just wanting things to go slow. And I think that will help, like once we meet in person, it'll help me to gain that trust more that he is a real person, what he said was real and he meant it. And it's so crazy, it's unbelievable. Like, what is happening in my life? What is happening? I did not expect any of this to happen at all. This is so unexpected. This is so unexpected. It's so crazy. But I'm very grateful for the experience and for this adventure and this amazing person in my life. If he's real, then I'm like really, really, really just wow. Like, I can't believe it. Yeah, and like the first person I'm getting to know, like the first way I'm getting to know to see if I want to date them. Like, I've never been at talking stage with someone. I was never also allowed to imagine dating someone or like having sex with someone, for example, because no one else ever liked me back, or if they liked me, I didn't like them. So I never was like with someone where we both knew we liked each other. So it's the first time I can really like now imagine being with someone, or like my life playing out with someone, because I know we could start dating and we could start loving each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's the first time I'm technically able to think about those things. The first time where I could possibly have sex, like be like that with someone else. And I really can't imagine having sex with a lot of people. Like, I've actually never felt like I could have sex with anyone except for the person I was once in love with. But nothing happened, obviously, because they didn't love me back. And really, I've never been someone who thought I would date a lot of people in my life, where I would have a lot of sex. I mainly felt like there was going to be one person I will date and spend the rest of my life with. And so I also waited for that. You know, I didn't just look for anyone just so I could have someone. I waited for that, and I knew I would keep waiting for that, and I would be patient, and I have been so patient. Yeah, like this is crazy. This is crazy. Anyways, I'm very excited for him to come over, to just be together. That's the thing I love about him as well, is that there's no pressure to have to do something. Like, that's a bit different to my best friend, for example, because he likes being active, he likes going out doing things, and I feel like whenever I don't want to do something, or like I'm more of a chill person who also just really likes being at home and not doing anything, I kind of feel like that's not enough for my best friend. So that's the difference. Like, he, for example, he could just lie on the couch with me, watch movies all day, you know, and I love that because it matches me so well. And then just like doing these little things. I think both of us are just people who appreciate the other person's company. Just, it doesn't matter what we do as long as we're just together, because that's all that matters, the other person's company. And that's really what I love about him. And that he also enjoys like silence, and we don't always have to talk, or he enjoys being alone as well. Like, those are amazing characteristics. Like, I really appreciate that, and that's really also, you know, what I am like. I also like being alone sometimes. I also like not having to always talk, but still knowing that we enjoy being together just as much as when we do talk. Like, there's no pressure to have to talk or to have to do something special in order to enjoy each other's company. As long as we're together, that's when we enjoy it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I love it. It's so cool. And I am proud of myself for staying pretty calm about all of this. Like, I'm not like blind to other things. It's not like I can't focus on other things anymore and that this is now my whole life and my whole focus. Obviously, it's a big part of my day now. It's a big part of my life now. But I'm still able to put down the phone, not look at it for a long time. I'm still able to, while I'm replying to him, to take a break and play a game with my sisters and focus on that without needing to keep replying to him. Or I don't know, like, there's really, yeah, it's really relaxed. I don't constantly feel like I have to be in contact with him, or I have to now reply, or I have to show him exactly what I'm doing now. Like, it's super chill, super relaxed, and I really appreciate that, and I'm really proud of myself that I can focus on other things as well. Even though obviously he's kind of always in the back of my mind, and I'm obviously thinking about that a lot at the moment, but like, that's obvious, right? Like, that's so obvious, and that's totally fine as long as it doesn't like consume my life. Even though that's fine as well for a while, as long as you realize it isn't your whole life. There's other things that are also important and that should stay important, because the relationship shouldn't be your whole life. You should have other things that you enjoy as well, and you should mainly learn to love yourself and love the person that you are around your partner. Like, that's real love, I think, when you love who you are around the other person. Like, what's better than that? That's real love. That's it. So yeah. Anyways, that is the end of this very long video, but it's very exciting to talk about this, and it's also obviously nerve-wracking, and it's a lot of mixed feelings, but overall, I'm so grateful for this very unexpected experience and this very unexpected, amazing person who entered my life. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you take good care of yourselves and love yourselves very much. And I will speak to you next time. Bye. Look at this baby. Probably heard her snoring in the background of the entire video. Oh, you're so soft. I love you. Okay, bye.